What's up, guys? This is Marciea here with another episode of the LadyStrong Fitcast. And today I have a very special guest, LSF member, Ella Becker. Ella and I today, we're going to be talking about how to fire up fat loss and hack your way into your weight loss journey.
So the big question is this: how were two women who didn't cheat and purchase a gym franchise model, how were they able to spread their mission and purpose by empowering and transforming hundreds of women's lives through fitness, nutrition, mindset, and accountability with a micro gym business model of women only? That is the question, and this podcast will give you the answer. We are LadyStrong Fitness.
Ella, how are you today?
I'm good. How are you, Marciea?
I'm doing well. So for those of you that are tuning in today and watching or listening to this episode, Ella is an OG member. Ella has been a part of our community since 2018. So that's going on. Is it 4 years? Yeah, 4 years.
Yeah, this will be my fourth summer.
Insane. Wow, time flies, because I feel like it was just yesterday that you became a part of the community. So before we begin talking about how to fire up fat loss, Ella, I just want you to, I know a lot of people inside the community already may know who you are, but for those that do not, tell us a little bit about yourself.
My name's Ella. I again started with LSF around 2018. I work at State Farm. It's all right. But I love fitness. I love doing arts. Both of them are very passionate about, and I just love the community that I'm a part of here.
I love it. So, Ella, when you started with us, I learned a little bit about your backstory. You were heavily involved into, correct me if I'm wrong, it was the circus industry. Is that correct?
Yeah.
Let's talk a little bit about that. What does that entail from a mental and physical side of things, and explain a little bit about that to paint a picture for people?
So I was actually in the Gamify Circus at Illinois State University. It's part of the college. I was there for 4 years. It was a lot of work. We had practice. I probably went 4 or 5 times a week for 3 or 4 hours. I was in 3 acts, which was a wall trampoline. So it's a wall and you do flips off of it. Bike built for 10. So a guy's riding a bike and you do tricks on it. I was an aerialist and I ate fire. And I was also part of the costumes. I did all the costume stuff. It was definitely, it took a toll on your body. We had a specific kind of food we should generally, be eating, because we had to stay healthy. You had to stay strong. You're holding, girls 50 feet up in the air. You can't let them drop. So it was a lot of fun, but it definitely, was mentally kind of exhausting, just because you had to worry about everyone. You had to worry about yourself. And then just strength wise, it's not, if you have to be safe. I've broken a couple bones while being there, and I've never broken a bone before that experience. So you got to be safe, you got to be strong, and you got to be, having a positive attitude while you're there.
Sure. So when you found LadyStrong Fitness, tell us, how much were you still active in doing that, or were you somewhat tampering off at that point? Because I want to try to figure out, at what point in time did you figure man, I need to do something?
So I graduated college in 2016. Shortly after that, I was diagnosed with bipolar, and I was on different medications and everything. So it made me gain a lot of weight really, really quickly. So around 2017, I weighed probably 190. And then towards the beginning of 2018, I weighed 200. And before that, I weighed 155.
Oh, wow.
So it was very, very quick. I mean, I was mentally happy, but I was starting to gain a lot of weight, and I just didn't feel good about what I looked like anymore.
100%. So when you found us, we're going to say roughly 200 pounds, right?
Yeah.
And honestly, let's back up for a second. I really appreciate your transparency, because a lot of people need to be more vulnerable when it comes to, not everybody's perfect, right? So to be able to share that you were diagnosed with bipolar lets other people know that, hey, I'm not the only one that's going through this. So thank you for sharing that with us. So having that medication, you gain weight. And when you found LadyStrong Fitness, I believe at that point in time, we had a 6-week transformation challenge that you did.
Yeah.
Let's talk about that. Throughout that 6 weeks of starting LadyStrong Fitness, how did you feel? How much weight did you end up losing within the first 6 weeks? Let's talk about that.
So I don't remember exactly how much weight I lost in the first 6 weeks, but I know I dropped down 2 pant sizes.
Yeah.
I myself try not to look at the scale anymore just because muscle weighs more than fat. So if I look at the scale, I'm just going to be, really anxious. So I just kind of go with it. But I started it because, I was just really not feeling great. I was anxious at first because I haven't worked out in a while. I did not go to a gym after I graduated college. I was just like, living in Tennessee, just kind of walking around, and that's all I really did. So I was nervous, but everyone was really welcoming. The first workout I did, I remember you guys still had ropes, and I had to climb a rope from like the ground, and I remember that being really difficult. But at the end of it, I'm like, I think I can do this.
I love that. I was just going to ask if you were nervous. Did you feel some sort of skepticism coming in? Because I know some people are like, ooh, I don't know. I don't know if I could do this, or I'm too scared. Like, explain what those feelings were like.
So I wasn't nervous because I didn't think it would work. I know like through my workouts in circus, and I was in like track in college, I know working out will help. I don't have a horrible diet or anything. I was just more so nervous that I wouldn't be able to finish a workout. I was afraid that I was just going to give up because I want to get results right away. Because sometimes, I know it takes a long time, but when you're in that moment, you're like, why is it not working? Why is it not going fast enough? But it worked out.
Yeah. What was it for you that was like, this is it? This is exactly what I need?
Honestly, I think it was like my first class. I like that there was someone telling me exactly what to do. I didn't have to think about anything. Tiffany was the coach that day, and she was just really energetic, and it was just a really great environment to be in. I just felt really happy while I was there, and I just kept going back.
I love that. So let's fast forward a little bit. So now 4 years later, when you first came to us, you were 200 pounds. If you don't mind sharing, where do you stand today?
So I'm at 165. I wish I would have known what my percentage of fat was back then, because I'm sure that it is different than it was before.
Yeah. So 25 pounds in 4 years.
Yeah.
And you've maintained it. You've kept it off, which is amazing.
Yeah.
To that fat loss and that weight loss, what would be some of if you had to do, let's say 3 deciding factors that contributed to that fat loss and weight loss, what is that for you?
So it was definitely going at least 3 times a week. You know what I mean? There were months where I would drop off. I would get like depressed. I'm like, I don't want to go anywhere, do anything. And it showed, but staying consistent is key. I recently did the macro challenge, and I've been counting macros ever since, because I couldn't believe how different I looked. That one, I was like, there's no way this is going to make me look different. And I dropped like 3 pant sizes, and I was like, what? And I would just say, like, keep trusting the process. Like, it's not a quick fix. There's no quick fix to getting healthy and being confident in everything. You know what I mean? It takes time. It takes effort. You have to consistently just be going to the gym, not eating always like horrible. You can have cake. I love desserts. I have desserts all the time.
Yeah.
But you can't just like be eating cake the entire day like I did before.
100%. So again, ladies, if you're tuning in, number 1 would be the fitness side of things, working out consistently. Like Ella said, she does 3 times per week. Number 2, the nutrition side of things. If you have not done our macro shred challenges, we have other challenges that are coming up in the near future. Make sure to pay anybody inside the 4 walls of LSF, the Green Squad team, a visit, so that way we can help you with that. And then last but not least, you touched on that mental side of things, which is amazing. You mentioned a little bit ago that, you have a tendency where you'll fall off the bandwagon sometimes. Again, we're not perfect, right? And you're like, I'm out for a week or 2. You mentioned in your bio, what is it that you're like, okay, Ella, I got to get my poop in a group. I need to get back in it. You always manage to find your way back. Why do you think that is?
So we mentioned earlier with the bipolar thing, you go through like highs and lows of mania. So I'll just be at a low point, and then one day I'm just like, oh, I guess I'm fine now. So it's not like a complete science for me personally, but I know after a while I'll just start feeling not good. You know what I mean? I won't be working out. I'm not eating right anymore, and I won't be able to like just do like can't walk my dog for as long as I would like to. You know what I mean? And after that point, I'm like, all right, I should probably get going back. Like, I'm paying for this membership. It's literally a 5-minute walk from my house. Like, no excuses, you gotta go.
Yeah, I love it. So again, it's nice to be imperfectly imperfect, being a humans that we are. Again, Ella's one of those people that like she'll manage to find her way back regardless of how long she's been out. You always find your way back. So it's okay. As long as you're let's say you're inconsistent, but you always manage to get back on and then get back up to where you essentially were at one point in time or where you want to be. So let's fast forward a little bit. I always like to end the show with asking this question. Advice for number one, anybody new that may be coming into the community, and then number two, advice for people that are maybe already a part of the community but aren't exactly where they want to be just yet.
So I would say for the people that are new, you're going to be sore, and that's okay. It'll go away. I know everyone's like, oh, you'll just be sore forever. It goes away. You just got to keep pushing through. You'll be okay. I know when I first started, I'm like, I think I'm going to die. I can't move my legs. But, you know, just keep coming back. It works. It really, really does. I truly don't believe a lot of things will, like, you know, go forward like LSF has brought me.
Sure.
You know what I mean? I've gone through so many steps with here, and it's really paid off. And if I can, honestly, if I could do it, like, anyone could do it. I'm not known to be like super, like, not lazy. I'm kind of lazy. Like, you can do it.
Yeah. So that would be advice for people that are maybe new coming in. What are for advice for people that maybe are already in the community but is still struggling? Like, you know, you mentioned like, hey, you could do it. Like, if I could do it, you could do it. But anybody that's listening in right now, resonate with them. Drop the mic. Give them the message. What is that message?
So I would say for the people that are currently there that are just like maybe not seeing the results, it definitely takes time. Like, in the 4 years I've been here, like 25 pounds really isn't a lot. It is to me, but for other people, it's not a lot. You might not lose 10 pounds in 10 months.
Right.
It's not going to be like A, B, C, and D. You have to skip a few steps. You're going to go stay in one step for a long time. You just got to keep pushing through and do that macro challenge, guys. It was life-changing. It's much easier than you think for the macro challenge, but definitely just keep at it. Like, you might stay the same for a while, but you are always going to be better than you were the day before.
I like that. That's really good advice. So I have a feeling after this episode's going to air, everybody's going to ask you, what is this macro shred challenge you keep talking about? So first and foremost, ladies, unfortunately, we only offer it one time per year. However, we do have other challenges that may have little tidbits of what that macro shred challenge does. So don't wait a whole year. Again, make sure to pay us a visit. We'd be more than happy to help you. So Ella, I think you set yourself up for that one. You're going to start getting a lot of questions. So
I can help. I figured it out. I got the math down.
Yes, I love it. So again, consistency is key. Patience is a virtue. Take it from Ella. Nobody's perfect. It's going to take time. But Ella, honestly, you are an inspiration to us all inside the community. An OG member. We're so happy to have you as a part of the community. Is there anything else that you would like to share amongst the audience today before we wrap things up?
I would just say, like, no matter where you're at in your life, if you are not feeling great that day, like, you know, mentally, still go. You know, you're always going to be able to do it, and you're going to always get better if you just keep going. You just keep pushing through. This is a great, amazing community. I never thought I'd find something like this. Yes. Like, I thought circus was going to be it for my community, but then I joined this one. It's just like so happy and healthy. Everyone's so nice. Just, it's a great community. Just stay.
I love it.
Keep doing it.
I love it. Honestly, there's something that I failed to mention I want to bring up, because we get several women that are like, you know, you have an athletic background and I don't, and you don't look like me, and I need people that resonates more than me. What do you have advice for people that are saying those types of things? What would be your advice for that?
So with being in circus, everyone looks different. Mm-hmm. You could all have the same exact workout and the same exact food, and you are not going to look the same, but that's okay. You know what I mean? Everyone is beautiful in their own way. And if you don't feel confident in yourself, just keep on working towards what makes you happy, because no matter what your size is or like how often you go, you're beautiful no matter what.
Oh, I love that.
So
yeah,
I think no matter what, you can always at least find someone. I've been all across the board with what I've looked like. And everyone's going to be able to just, go.
I love that. With that being said, I'm going to end it there. So that was a good note to end on. So Ella, thank you so much for coming on the show today. Ladies, thank you so much for tuning in of another episode of LadyStrong Fitcast. Have an amazing day, and we'll catch you on the next episode. Take care, guys. Bye.
Thanks for joining us today. If you like this episode, subscribe to our YouTube channel or find our podcast on iTunes, Google Play, Spotify, or whatever your favorite place is to listen to podcasts. And if you really liked this episode, please leave a review for us on iTunes. Thanks, and we'll see you next week.